And when you do what your parents have said, let's suppose your parents have said to you to do a study of CA, chartered accountant, and then soon after you will be a chartered accountant, and that's what you have to do. Or follow the thing of doing the JEE, and then soon after you will become something, do the study of NEET, soon after you will become a doctor. That's what your parents have said, but you tried so hard, literally so hard to convince them, but they didn't agree. And what do? You follow it. Your heart is saying, your mind is saying, stop it, stop it, stop it. But you're saying that they are my parents. What I can do? I tried literally so hard. Still didn't try even for years, 2-3 years they have tried, but their parents didn't agree. So they are doing it. And soon after they also become chartered accountant, engineer, doctor, somebody. But what happened afterwards when they became their parents? Let's suppose this is the parents. I'm having two things here. Let's suppose this red one is the parents, and this green and red one is the child. Your parents become happy that, hey, my child has become something which I actually wanted him or her to become. But you be still so sad. But why? Because of the reason your dream was to become a YouTuber. Because your dream was to become an air hostage. Because your dream was to become a pilot or something like it. Whatever you want. But your parents have forced them to become that. But if I tell you actually, as I also told you in the previous video, that your parents just want these three things. That you should have a great amount of money. You should have a great amount of authority by that job, by that 9-to-5 job, or by that doctor, by that chartered accountant. You will have a great amount of authority, great amount of money, which the most of the parents want. And another thing, you must have a great amount of respect from the relatives, society members. That's the three things which your parents want. And just because of it, they think what is the better option for you, they suggest for you. And you do it. When a new job is coming to them, when you become a chartered accountant, new, then what happened? Your family, everybody is happy, but you're not still happy. But soon after, what happened, both parents and child both become unhappy. Why? Because child wanted to do something else. Doesn't matter how much money he's having, how much authority he's having, because the child wanted to be something else. That's why he became or she became unhappy. And what happens of parents, Parents, what they want? They want that your child should have a great amount of wealth, great amount of authority, great amount of respect in society, relative members in front of them. And these all things they want just for child happiness. Because, if a guy is having authority, money, that guy will be happy, right? So, according to them, happiness will come by these three things. So, just because of it, they suggest particular job and just throw it up to them. But what happens? As their child is not happy with that thing, they also be unhappy. And just because of it, lots of fight involves, lots of argument involves, and lots of something like happened that distance became. This thing would happen. And the child, whole life, he or she feel regret that why he or she has just choose that path, choose that thing to become that chartered accountant, that engineer, or that doctor. Why? Obviously, he must be giving a contribution to somebody's life, impacting somebody's life, saving somebody's life, but that's not what he wanted to become. He feels regret. Literally regret, and even he dies with that regret. And his or her parents also feel regret or unhappiness, and even argue start involved with that. Hey, child said that, you only said me to become. Then parents said, hey, why you follow it? You must have said to me before only that, Daddy, Mama, I don't want to become that. I must have said yes to you. You must have explained this thing to me in detailed manner. Then I must say to you that, yeah, you are right. Then I must say to you that, yes, okay, you can do it. But you didn't say it. Then child said, no, Mama, I force you. Ma, no, Daddy, I force you. But you only said no. And this only small thing that, hey, you didn't say this thing, that thing. Fight involves. Wife involves. And argue remains in there. Somebody saying, you are wrong. Somebody saying, you are wrong. Just because of it. And both feel regret, both are unhappy. It doesn't matter how much amount of money they're having, how much amount of respect, authority they're having. And recently, I have met one chartered accountant. She became chartered accountant just because of the reason her parents forced her. And now she's feeling regret. And her parents are also unhappy. At starting when she newly became chartered accountant, her parents were happy that, hey, she became chartered accountant, how happy they get is. But now she's unhappy. Her parents are unhappy because what they wanted for her was authority, wealth, which is to give happiness to her, but something turned out real bad. And that was what? I told you that she didn't want to become chartered accountant, so now she's a public speaker. She just, from childhood, she just was a person who just loved to speak something, to just say some kind of shairis, to do some kind of comedy, to say some lines, to say quotes, to just narrate something. She was a great storyteller, so she just wanted to do that thing. But as a parent forced her to do that thing, she can choose her paths, and both are like this thing. And when I just said to you right now that now she's a public speaker, don't mind that thing. Oh, we can recover it. No, she just recovered that thing after 3 years. Like when she became chartered accountant, after like when she was literally very like depressed, like why she became it, she wanna become something else. After 3 years of that depression, anxiety, and those whole thing, she went to somebody to make her heal, to give her right path, or to just guide on public speaking, and then she worked really hard. And after that, it was able to recover. And still she felt literally so regret. Why? Because the kind of storyteller he is, the kind of way he narrates the story, the kind of humor she creates on her like speech, the kind of like there's all shairis, there's all quotes involved. Oh my god, I just can't tell you, it's literally a greatly wow. And she's just feeling like in childhood she used to get literally medals and those all kind of activities where she have to say something, and she was the one who used to do anchoring. And she's feeling regret. She's just feeling like if she would have chosen that path in her childhood, what not she can do. And even obviously like public speaker earn literally so high. Like for 30-minute speech they charge lakhs and lakhs of rupees. Even 1 minute speech, not a small thing. Really, 1 minute speech they charge lakhs. And even if they're not earning enough money, but still they're happy. You must have heard this thing that there's a family, middle class family, even earning lower than you, but still they're so happy. You must have seen those all kind of people around you. And you wish that you could have that life. Doesn't matter how much you're earning. And that is what is the thing. And when the thing comes that, hey, how you can choose a profession as a YouTuber, how you can choose that, how to convince your parents to become that like air hostage, then my one video is coming very sooner on the topic that how to convince your parents. How to convince your parents to become a YouTuber, this and that. And when the thing comes that, hey, why in that thumbnail I wrote that, hey, how can be a like YouTuber, you can choose that thing as a YouTuber. I just have wrote that thing just because of the reason you should watch this video. Because lots of people didn't even watch it. They feel like, hey, I just want to know how to convince. I do not want to know that why we should not take the step to suicide and to all. And that is what is the single reason. I hope so. You get something valuable and you will